Hi everyone, this is a screencast for Caesar de Bello, Gallico, Book 6, Chapter 17. Deum Maxime Mercurium Colunt. So most of all, they cultivate the god Mercury. And with this sentence, Caesar's trying to point out how the Gauls aren't very good at keeping their promises because they cultivate Mercury, and Mercury is associated with business and shady deals according to the book. Also, Caesar talks about all of the Celtic gods that the Gauls worship by Roman names, Roman god names, so that his audience can understand what he's talking about a bit better and understand the Gallic culture a bit better. So huius sunt plurima simulacra, hunc omnium inventorem artium ferent, hunc viarum adque itinerum ducem, hunc adque sus pecunia mercaturasque habere vim maximum arbitranter. Okay, so, and of him there are many statues. They say this one is the inventor of all arts, and this one is a leader of roads and journeys, viarum aquae itinerum. They believe that this one has the highest power towards the acquisition of money and commerce. Okay, so this sentence, so the hunks are an example of an aphra, and this sentence with the ABAB is an example of synthesis, and this is an example of chiasmus because viarum goes with itinerum and hunc goes with ducem. Okay. Alright, so post hunc Apollinem et Martem et Ioem et Minerva, de his eandem fere quam reliquiae and des habent opinionem. So after him, Apollo and Mars and Jupiter and Minerva. About these guys, they have the same opinion. They have the same opinion as practically the rest of the nations. So fere here can go with either eandem opinionem or reliquiae gentes. And so Apollinem morbos depellere minerum operum aquae artificiorem initia tradere ioem imperium caelestium tenere Martem Bella regere. Apollo drives away sickness. Minerva hands over the beginning of works and arts or crafts. Jupiter has the power over the sky dwellers or the gods. Mars rules over war. So hic cum proelio dimicare constituerent ea quae bello caperent plerumque devolvent. So to this last one, talking about Mars, when they have decided to fight in battle, they generally devote these things which they have taken in battle. Okay, and so caperent here is subjunctive in a relative clause of characteristic, and or it can be from an implied indirect statement. Either way, this is talking about they're talking about a common practice in the ancient world where generals vowed temples to gods during battles, which they paid for with the plunder they won in battle. But with Gauls, they would simply hand over the part of the plunder directly to Mars. Okay, so cum supera verant animalia capta emolant reliquasque res in unum locum conferent. when they have conquered, they sacrifice the captured animals and they bring together the rest of the things in one place. Multis inquietatibus harum rerum exstructos tumulos locis consecratis conspicare licet. So it is allowed in many states to see mounds that were built of these things in consecrated places. Locis consecratis is an ablative of placed where, and not often does it happen that anyone with religion having been neglected, which is an abab, neglecta religione, would dare to hide things captured at his house, say, like at his house, or to remove things that have been placed there. Okay, and auderet is subjunctive in a substantive clause of result. Okay. The most severe punishment has been decided for this crime with torture. Alright, so that's it. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching.